Hi, welcome back to MKF. In this video, we are going to discussing about as a principle number 6, establish verification procedures. Why should we establish verification procedures? Yes, the simple reason is we have to ensure that the HACCP system is effectively functioning or not. For that, we have to establish verification procedure. In this video, we will discuss about the definition of verification and the definition of validation and types of verification procedures. Now let us look into the video. Verification includes the procedure that are needed to ensure that the HACCP plan designed properly and effectively controlling. Our routine verification will ensure us the HACCP system is functioning well or not. Now the definition of verification. Verification is nothing but the activities other than monitoring that determines the validity of the HACCP plan and that verifies the system is operating according to the plan. The purpose of the overall HACCP plan is to control the food safety hazards, but the purpose of the verification is to give to increase the confidential levels of the product based on, because the verification procedures, how can we establish? Based on the scientific data, we will validate and we will establish. So verification procedures will give us the confidential levels on the product, whether the significant hazards which are introduced or occur during the process or before the start of the operation can be properly eliminated or controlled. It will give you that level of confidence. Now definition of validation. Very simple. The element of verification focused on collecting and evaluating scientific and technical informations to determine the HACCP plan, effectively control the identified hazards. That is called validation. Validation of the plan occurs before the HACCP plan is implemented. Now types of verification procedures. The first one is validation. Yes, validation is a kind of verification procedure. Before the HACCP plan is implemented, the validation, we have to validate the HACCP plan. That is the verification one procedure. Then the second one is CCP verification procedures. A CCP verification procedures, for example, time and temperature or calibration of monitoring and measuring devices, etc. And the third one is HACCP system verification. Yes, periodic activity or as and when requires, we have to verify the HACCP system, and review of the HACCP system also will comes under verification activity. If any line changes, the sources of the raw material changes, if any new equipment introduced to the process line, we have to review the HACCP plan. Now look into the details, the verification procedures. The first one is validation procedures. Now examples of validation procedures. So let us give one example. In seafood industry, if you wanted to produce RTE foods or cooked frozen shrimps, you have to validate cooking time and temperature to kill the pathogenic bacteria Listeria monocytogenes. So for that, you have to take the scientific evidence or technical information from the FDA hazards control guide. So in that D value, based on the D value or appendix 4 can be used as a reference to validate the cooking process, time and temperature. That is the best example. And calibration, CCP monitoring means all thermometers or monitoring devices also we have to verify. And calibration record review. These are all comes under CCP monitoring records. Other than this, we have to verify all monitoring and corrective action records. and all records must be verified within a weekdays of time maximum. So now let us have a look of HACCP system verification in a food facility. So you have to establish the activities, verification activities. First you have to list out the verification activities, then establish the frequency and define the responsible person to verify that activity and reviewer also. That's all about the video, friends. If you like the video, click bell icon and subscribe my channel for regular updates. Thank you and bye.